Hey, what's up guys? Clearly the beard to close ratio attempt didn't work out well. But yeah, no, I got really pissed off when I messed up that last part. I was so close. So close. I was getting that whole edgy look and then messed up that. But yeah, I got really pissed off and cut off all my hair, as you can see. I'm looking at it in the mirror right now. I mean the window. It's all like crooked and shit. So I gotta probably try to trim this down or something, because now it's all fucked up. Or just wait for it to grow out. I don't know. I just know when I send the video out is they better be extra sharp, because for people to take me seriously now, it's gonna be a little harder. Anyways, guys, today's video, I want to answer one of the questions you guys sent me. Well, a bunch of questions from Ronit from Nepal. Okay, so first of all, thanks for your questions. They are very good ones. Let's get into it. How do you retain your SEO clients? I'm from Nepal and it's very hard to get a client. Even if I get, it's hard to retain. Okay. So you're not really asking about, too much about how do you get the clients. Okay, that's like, most of our problem. It's how do you keep them, all right? So I'm gonna take you back a bit, what my experience was and when I got to get over this fear, right? And this was in the beginning, right? Like last year, I was trying to sell SEO rankings, right? I mean, beginning of last year, right? I was trying to sell the rankings. Basically, hey, business owner, when this is searched, you're coming in page 5, you're not in the top, and you're not getting any results from it, blah, 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 right? That's great. If you want, that's what you show them. That's what you show them to get them interested initially, and then you go more, right? But if that's mostly all you're gonna be doing, it's actually not worth a proper SEO campaign, in my opinion, right? Especially for local. If you're organic and the keyword gets thousands and tens of thousands of search volume, then that's a different story, right? But for local, if you're just trying to rank them organically, and right now in 2018, no single keyword is gonna bring them that much results that's worth $1,000 a month, $1,500 a month, right? So first things first is get in the idea, start shifting to the direction of actually getting them real results, right? That fear I had up until I started getting obsessed with getting phone calls, right? Before then, any talk about phone calls and stuff, it would have me, cringe up, right? Because if anytime I would explain to them SEO and somebody was potentially interested, they're like, and even if they asked me, how many calls do you think I can generate from this? I would get all defensive. But now that's what I bring up first, right? Hey, we're gonna get you calls. And a lot of times right now, I actually try to get them calls right from the beginning, right? Through other paid advertising techniques while the SEO takes time, but that's a different story. The thing is, you want to position yourself, you want to position the campaign in a way where when it's up and running in a couple of months, it is going to bring them solid results. So that's one of the reasons I do call tracking, right? A couple of months ago, when me and my business partner went and got that sale in New Jersey, right? We were to choose which towns to go for. I could have chosen very easy towns because they didn't know any better. They were just going for, which towns to target, right? I chose pretty much the difficult ones, the ones that have the most search volume, the ones that has a lot of competition. Because I had in my mind that in a couple months from now, when we're up there, these are gonna actually bring calls. Just recently, they started picking up very well, right? Not only they have been getting calls from the paid advertising side, but now they're also getting 6, 7, 8, 10 calls. Well, actually this last month, they got about 8 to 10 calls just from the maps, right? So point is, don't try to take the shortcut, I would say, in my opinion, right? I don't know what kind of clientele you have if you're choosing a niche, but I would say even if you're doing the SEO now, great, try to go at it. Maybe keep your monthly retainer, add some more stuff to it so they get more value, but try to shift to a angle that actually brings more results. Because I can promise you, there's so many SEO companies and there's so many people, like it's like average right now for a company to get burned two times. Right? When people tell me now, like, yeah, but I've been burned before, I'm like, yeah, who hasn't? If you have been in business more than a year, you've probably been burned, right? Like, because if they try out any SEO company, it's not going to really work out. So that's one. Really get obsessed over bringing real results, which is phone calls, preferably that you can, I would always use call tracking when you can, because that's solid. You can show them, look, these calls are coming from me. If they even remotely think about canceling, they will have to first cancel out of their head that all the calls that's been coming in the last month, right? So that's a position of power, okay? Now, if you're not there yet, that's where it gets interesting, because I wasn't there. That's why I suffered so much, right? Like, I wasn't there. I couldn't bring calls in the beginning of 2017. That's why I had get clients. I couldn't properly get clients. That's how I was broke for a while, because I was trying to learn this shit, how to get actual results. And now that I can, it's coming pretty easily, right? So just sharing my experience. Yeah, that's what I would do, right? Try to get to a position where you can actually bring tangible, real results that are recorded, and there's no doubt that you brought them. And once you're in that position, they're not going to cancel. Why would they? If they're putting in $1,000 and they're making 10K, they're literally not going to. If they're putting in 1,000 and making 2K, they're still not going to cancel, right? They're still probably not going to cancel. So yeah. Next question: what would you say to someone who denies to pay after getting the results? So who denies to pay after okay, so I'm not sure exactly what you're doing. If you're working for free for some time until they get a result, I would highly advise against that. I've tried that before. It never works out. Not only does it not work out from their side, because now you're talking to somebody, a type of business owner who it shouldn't be in business. They should go get a job, because that's the only way you can get that kind of guaranteed shit, right? In business, you have to take risks. When I pay for a software, when we take our risk and pay for shit, we take a risk. There's no guaranteed of what we're gonna get after that. We feel we're making a good decision from what we're getting into, and then it pans out. They do the same thing. There's plenty of people, proper business owners who understand that out there for you to go them. Do not work for free. That's one of them, because you're gonna be working with people who have the wrong mindset. Number two, you are probably not gonna be able to work. When I try to do some work for clientele, for clients for free, I was always going back to just the selling, right? I was barely working on them. And if I was to even get remotely somebody interested, I would completely even forget they exist, because they're not paying me. Why the hell would I be out here hustling so hard for them for something there's no money coming in, right? So I would highly advise against working anything for free. The whole campaign, right? Give them discounts, give them key performance metrics. Yeah, sure. Hey, we're gonna start at $300, $400 for now. Once it reaches first page, let's go to 1,000, let's go to 1,500, whatever. That's okay. At least you have your hard costs built in. You have some money, some reserves put in for yourself, so you're motivated to work until you get them their results. They start making money, you start making money more. That's reasonable. All right. Oh shit, I forgot the question. What would you say to somebody who denies you to pay? They wouldn't. You shouldn't be in that position. You should never be in a position where you got them something and then they're like, oh, okay, no, I'm not gonna pay you. That should not happen. If you're in that, get out of it right now. Trust me, you don't want to be there at all. It's never gonna work out, ever. Okay, it's not gonna work out for sure. Just get out of it. For PBNs, do you buy expired domains or auction domains? Auction. Go auction. I don't really advise on expired. But to be fully honest, recently the PBNs I just got a whole bunch of PBNs, right? And some of them were expired. They were just basically like the ones that I can scrape that possibly other businesses have let go of. So this is something that I've been getting recently. Basically, there are actually real businesses out there, real businesses who just drop their domains, right? For whatever reason, I don't know. Maybe they're gone out of business. Maybe they forgot to renew their domain. I don't know what's going on, but I'm picking those up. And I'm going to re-theme them with the same business. I'm going to put the phone number that there was before. I'm going to build the whole thing. I'm going to send citations. I'm going to build a PBN just like a real business. Actually, it is a real business. Like, pushed hard enough, they could potentially get something out of it. The PBNs I'm starting to build right now, they could potentially end up as small clients. Like, they're drop businesses, and if they start getting some good rankings, because I'm pushing them a decent amount and getting them I'm building syndication networks for them. If they reach the first page for certain keywords, I might actually call the real business who dropped them before and tell them like, hey, I have this, it's doing well now. I could work this for you. And I would keep the phone numbers, they're already the same. Everything is the same like their business. It just happens to have some links that goes to my clients, which is why I might give them a discount, right? Those could be something like a, I don't know, $250, $300 client that I just like maintain, and I let them know very strict, communication terms. They can, I'll never spend any time with them. Basically, I'm building my PBN. I'll do some certain things, maybe do some website design, put on some more information that they want. And other than that, that's pretty much it, right? So I'm building my PBNs like that. Obviously, that's a shit ton of work. I can afford to do this because I picked one niche. So if you're not in one niche with this, it's pretty much impossible, I think, to do it this way, because there's just too much work. And yeah, my assistant is like half time on that. Like she's focusing a good 1/4 to half of her time just managing that, right? So that's how I'm building it, and I think that's how you got to do it. It's 2018. It's only gonna get tougher to get these things, keep and retain them. And if you still want the control and power of a well-built PBN now, I think that's the direction to go. Okay, what else? Any project and time management tips? I just made a last video about tracking your time. Yeah, that's something I would recommend. Project and time management tips. Honestly, I'm not the best at managing time. The only reason I'm getting better at this is because I'm putting the pressure to stop my work at certain point. Like I put a deadline, like you can't work past 6 o'clock, right? Now there's a deadline in my head, and I start cramming and creating more time for myself within the day, right? I wake up pretty early, start working, and then I put certain blocks. Like I have to go to the gym. I'm gonna go for the gym and this. I'm gonna go for a walk. Anytime it's over 40 degrees, I'm gonna go for a walk that's pretty lengthy. And yeah, I know this doesn't help. Every time I keep digressing. The point is, one of the best ways you can manage your time is, one, track it hardcore, like the one I explained in the last video, and then put pressure and deadlines to yourself day to day. Don't put deadlines week or month. Put every day a deadline, like a ritualistic deadline. I'm not gonna work past this. Tell yourself, like people are creating much more complex things in the world using 8 to 10 hours, right? So you can do the same. Now, mind you, be careful. This is not me saying, hey, you shouldn't work more than 8 to 10 hours. Fuck, work 16 to 18 hours. I recommend it. Prove it to yourself that you can fuck shit up, that you're a boss. But what happens is, when you have that mindset, it's good to go at it because you're gonna prove it to yourself, but then you also teach yourself to have the whole time. Every waking moment I have is dedicated to work. And then you waste a lot of time in between. You waste time, my phone is ringing, I gotta go. But the point is, you don't have the pressure. When you have an actual deadline, you just create time, or you prioritize shit and you completely cut out the fluff. That's what you wanna be on all the time. And to do that, one of the best ways is to put on deadlines that don't exist. I'm not gonna work past this hour. I wanna get this done today. These are the 3 things I wanna get done today. And if this is done, I'll be happy. And then check your to-do list. If there's more things left, then that means they're not that important, right? If you have 10 things that you want to do and only 3 of them are the most important, and those other 7 things you were kind of gonna do before those 3 things, so you feel like you're working, you're just like, that's just making yourself feel better that you're being productive when you're not. So that would be my tips, and obviously use a to-do list. I can't exist without my little yellow book. Anyways, man, thanks for your questions. I gotta go. Somebody's calling. Peace out.